everyone, and welcome to the Pint Pals podcast. We invite you on this journey to explore the world of craft beer. Each episode, we'll take a new step into the craft beer world to help you find the best ones. We'll sample some beers, give our rating on them, and share some laughs along the way. So please join us, and remember, craft beer is for everyone.
Hey everybody, and welcome to this week's episode of the Pint Pals podcast. It is I, Lucas, and today Nate is unable to be with me today, but instead I am joined by my new friend Bobby from Hop Pops. Bobby, how you doing?
Good. Thanks for having me, Lucas.
Yeah, of course. Now, Bobby, you and I met on TikTok.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you saw my videos first or if I saw your videos first. I'm not 100% sure, but I think one of the videos of yours I came across was you making one of these lemonades that you do.
Yeah.
And since a lot of the people that I have listened to the show may not be familiar with Hop Pops and what you do over there, do you want to give a quick overview of what you do and maybe how you got started?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So I've always been coming from a culinary background, and most of my career has been like research and development. So I've created recipes for so many different clients across the nation: Whole Foods, Trader Joe's, different supermarket chains. But I've never actually developed like recipes for myself. And I've always been like an avid like craft beer drinker, probably since about 2014, 2013. Just about been drinking craft brews. Started with the good old Blue Moon, and then now I don't even drink that. So. But yeah, got started there, and I figured why not combine, two of my favorite things, that culinary world and the whole craft beer side. So I've never really actually brewed like craft beer or beer in general, but I'm more of an ingredient person, so I'd rather try and take those ingredients and try and find another like function for them or another way they could be used. So with Hop Pops, I started in the summer last year. Just launching like frozen, I call them frozen hot popsicles, which is where I kind of got the name from, Hop Pops. So I try and infuse like different fruit flavored popsicle bars with different types of hops. I try and keep my pops mainly vegan, all natural. I'm not really a vegan myself, but I more so do it just because of the non-dairy. As I'm getting older, dairy doesn't really agree with me anymore, so I try and stick to that other offerings. But yeah, I started with that. Launched about 6 pops, using as many hops as I can get my hands on, and it just really took off. It's kind of a hard thing to get out there. It's kind of got its little like, well, not really. It doesn't really have its niche. I'm trying to create that niche for it because there's nothing really on the market like it for these type of popsicles. But I mean, the consensus I got was doing mainly pop-ups around me. First of all, I forgot to mention I'm from LA. I'm like in a town called Palmdale, like an hour north of Los Angeles. So we all call it, anytime we're in SoCal, we're always from LA. So, but yeah, it's kind of hard and getting the word out there coming from this smaller town that I'm in Palmdale. There's not many like, craft beer drinkers. We got the usual crowd up here, like Bud Light, Corona, Modelo, the usual. So trying to get them, to get more of the flavors out of beer than just drinking, these light lagers that they're drinking with pretty much no flavor, and trying to get them to realize, like, what hops taste like. Because most of the times, yeah, the beers they drink, there's not really a hop presence in any of these beers that they're drinking. Trying to get them distinct to that. It's not just a bittering flavoring agent. There's also flavors and aromas that come out of it as well. So it's been a little bumpy ride, but I mean, those that have tried it, like, that seem to have loved it. I mean, I eat them all the time. I try and have some in my freezer all the time just so I can eat and experiment. Try and test shelf life on them. But I mean, yeah, I also started doing like a hot lemonades, and Lucas, that's where you said I think you saw my video of doing the lemonades.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that video actually almost got me banned.
Oh.
Twice, yeah. Yeah, exactly. That's why I had to put like a disclaimer, like these are hops. I got I got two notifications trying to post it and then trying to post another version of it, and I got clicked twice. So and they were like, "Oh, if you do it one more time, we're gonna have to close your
Wow.
site or your page or whatever." So yeah. So luckily I got it up and running, and I try not to really go that far anymore into things to
Right.
try and get me banned. But mainly my lemonades, I'm brewing like a traditional lemonade, but I'm using, of course, different hops as well. For the lemonades I'm brewing right now, I'm using a mix of Citra, Cashmere, Mosaic, and Simcoe. And then I'm
Mhm.
also dry hopping this lemonade for 48 hours with Mosaic whole leaf cones. So I'm really doing that just to give it more of that aroma
Mhm.
that you can get, that dankness from it. The bittering I'm already getting from brewing uh, the first time around. So, but I mean, those have taken off pretty good. Um, they have a little bit of bitterness to them, but I think with a lemonade, sometimes you want that bitterness because you have all that acidity.
Mhm.
Sometimes you have all that sweetness, so it kind of counteracts with each other with them. So I do like an original lemonade. I do a strawberry lemonade. Uh, I did some for like special holidays. Like last year I did for Halloween. I did like a blueberry vanilla hop lemonade, different like raspberry lemonade, mango lemonades. So yeah, it's been a interesting journey. I usually work with just like pop-ups around my area. Uh, I don't do too much shipping just because how perishable these products are. The
Mhm.
lemonades I have shipped, like Lucas, I know you got some, so
Yeah.
uh, I have shipped out before. It's just it depends on the weather. In California here, like I said, we're barely beginning of May. We're like 90 degrees.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy.
What are your the hops that you mentioned? Is that normally what you use, or do you have like a special favorite blend of yours?
That's usually like the blend I like to use is that Citra, Cashmere,
Mhm.
Mosaic, Simcoe. I try and switch it up depending on like my pops. Like for that blend that I use, I think for me, for all the blends I've used, it works really well with the lemonade base that I have. Like say with the other popsicles, like for my strawberry popsicle, I like to use like Mosaic and Citra,
Oh,
and
okay.
I really find that like the Mosaic really brings out that berry, that strawberry note to it. I do like a mango with like El Dorado, cashmere, and Sabro to try and get that tropicalness out. Uh, I also do what's another one right now I just launched like two like non-fruit flavors. So I'm doing like a coffee uh, with like a local coffee roaster out here in Palmdale. And then that one I'm using a new hop that was trying to play around with to see how it would go, but it's called African Queen.
Hmm.
So of course from South Africa. It's actually really interesting because it has like a very like woody, not really smoky, but like a caramel type vanilla undertone
Oh,
to it. Yeah, it's really cool, really interesting.
no, that
I
sounds.
think I figured that would blend like perfectly well with the coffee.
Yeah, no, 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 that sounds good,
Hmm.
especially
Yeah,
with the
yeah.
coffee flavors.
And then I'm doing like a horchata, but with like oats. Still
Hmm.
using rice milk too. And that one I'm using hops called Ariana, and I'm using like an experimental hop called HBC 472. So those are two different new ones that I just wanted to try and get out there. But those have more of like a creme caramel type aroma to them, flavors, a little bit of berry
Hmm.
notes to it. But I think it blends very well with the horchata popsicle as well. So
Have you used any of the? I know they're a little bit more expensive. I mean, for the brewing side of things, they are more expensive. But any like Southern Hemisphere hops
no,
from
not
like,
yet.
yeah.
Yeah, I haven't. Like I said, I'm always trying to use different ones and see how I could use them. Like any flavors I've done, I always maybe will switch it up if I can find like better aromas, better hop profiles. Actually, I was looking at it right now, Lucas. I was looking at to see what hops I can get in right now. So trying to look to see. I'm probably gonna get some Strata, some
Hmm.
whole leaf Strata. Maybe use that for my lemonades instead of Mosaic. Different kind of products too, because a lot of the places, like a lot of these like new ones, like Lupo Max and this hop resin type, these new products coming out, like it's kind of hard for like just me or like little guys like me like trying to use products. Because
Yeah.
with like hop pellets and like the leaf hops, I can buy like 2 ounces, 4 ounces, a pound. With these other products, it's like, oh, the minimum's like, kilograms or tons, and it's like $500 for like
Yeah.
a.
Yeah.
It's kind of. I'm trying to see if I can maybe make some better friends with some breweries around here, and maybe if they're going to use some sort of those products, maybe I can just give me a scoop or something that I could pay for or whatever.
No, no. I mean, even if you, yeah, you could definitely. I feel like reach out to some breweries. I know it's a little bit different for. We have a company in the area that makes dog treats. They go
Mm.
around and they collect spent grains
Yeah.
at breweries, and they mix it with peanut butter, and they make dog treats out of the spent grains. I know that's a little bit different than getting hops, but I mean, worst they can say is no. So
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean,
yeah,
even I was even thinking too, if you like, when they brew the beer and they have the like the hop sludge after,
yeah,
like, I
yeah,
wonder how that would work because they always just, I mean, it's disposed of if I'm correct. Yeah,
yeah.
it's just
I mean, that's my job. Yeah, during beer
yeah.
transfers, I just throw out all that stuff anyway.
See, I
But
would wonder how that would work. You know what I mean? Like
you would also
using
have dead yeast in that as well, though.
yeah,
And
and I don't want to create any re-fermentations or
yeah,
even if there is something living in there. Yeah, so maybe it's I've always looked at different ways to upcycle some of these products as well.
maybe a non-alcoholic beer that a brewery makes, because then it shouldn't have as many yeast cultures in that.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, actually, I was just saying, not to bring that up. I've been working on like a hop water too.
Oh,
But
nice.
yeah, but it's a little different. It's not like the ones out there where it's just like water, hops, and maybe some sort of citric acid or
Hmm.
anything like that. It's not really like a vegan recipe. I use like beef protein and I use
Hmm.
beef collagen just to give it that body. So it's pretty cool. I mean, I don't have any like real big like a keg or anything like that to dispense it, but I have like small kegs that I can kind of carve up a small batch and do it. But it's pretty cool because it's got like the viscosity of like a beer, and it
Hmm.
retains a head because of the proteins, the beef collagen and the beef protein. But it's totally non-alcoholic, just hop water. But it's really cool. I haven't seen anything on the market like that actually resembles a beer. Yeah, you could call it a non-alcoholic, I guess, but there's
Hmm.
no grains in this or anything. So
I mean, I've been in the craft beer side of the world since like around 2015.
mhm.
I guess kind of like as a bartender, and then I was working retail in a craft beer and bottle shop, and then I ran a beer and wine department in a grocery store, and now I'm working in a brewery itself as a cellar tech.
Yeah,
And I mean, I'm not calling myself a master of craft beer or anything like that, but I mean, even these lemonades or those pops, like when I was going through like all of your videos on
yeah,
TikTok, and I was like, wow, this is some like, like I had never heard of anything like what you're doing before, and I
yeah,
was,
yeah.
yeah, no, what you're doing is really cool, and with you doing this non-alcoholic. I think that's fantastic because I've sold a lot of non-alcoholic beer and
Yeah.
stuff like what you're saying. I haven't seen like a non-alcoholic shandy, and that's kind of like what I'm getting like the vibes from
Yeah,
what you're saying.
kind of the same. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, exactly. But yeah, like I said, that's the tough part about this thing though. It's like I'm trying to create that niche.
yeah.
'Cause right now everyone's into like, non-alcoholic brews, uh, seltzers, whether they be non-alcoholic or alcoholic.
Hmm.
So, but I mean, that whole like category is taken off like huge in the last just couple of months. Like the whole non-alcoholic seltzer game, you know what I mean? Like it's
Yeah.
huge. Like I know you guys. I think I saw one of your lives before. You guys were talking about athletic brewing.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Like
yeah.
they've just like, whew, they've just
They just blew
blown
up.
up. I still remember seeing them on the shelves at like a bottle shop, like getting no love. They have like maybe one flavor, whatever it was, like just on the shelf. And now I go by and it's like they got like 2 or 3 shelves of their products. It's like, damn.
And in Columbus, in Nationwide Arena, where the Columbus Blue Jackets play,
Mhm.
they are one of like the beer options that is advertised in the arena and stuff like that. And I'm like people, like I hear people talking about it, like, oh, why are they advertising non-alcoholic beer? And I'm like,
Just drink some water. Yeah.
yeah, just drink some water. And I'm just like, I can't believe a non-alcoholic beer is being advertised.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like the market is there for it. Like,
It's because they know the market's there for it.
yeah.
Yeah.
And they can sell a 16-ounce can of it for $15 in a
I was about
stadium.
to say,
So,
yeah. Mm-hmm. Shit.
I wanted to ask, when you're brewing these lemonades, what size, like what barrel are you brewing with? Like what size?
So I'm using like a 5 gallon.
Oh, just 5 gallon bucket.
Yeah, 5 gallon right now. It's nothing
Oh, okay.
nothing crazy right now. I was getting yeah, it's about the average size I'm doing just because I'm doing pop-ups or I'm trying to do like maybe I have a buddy who he's like the beer guy, like a craft beer like liquor store here in LA.
Hmm.
So he kind of lets me put his sometimes my lemonades like on the shelf or in the cooler, which is pretty cool. It gets some exposure.
Yeah.
Build a couple like I have a couple regulars at his shop that they come all the time. They ask me, oh, when's Hot Pops coming back? So sometimes I'll do pop-ups like inside his store. You just sell like pop stores, lemonades.
Yeah. No. That's great.
Uh, so, but yeah, usually like 5 gallons around the amount I make, and I try not to make too much of it. I try and get it out there like as fresh as possible. But I mean, they last for a while. So
Well, I've been staring at these for a while now, and they've been sitting in my fridge for a little bit, and I've been like, I've been trying to get, trying to figure a way to get you to come on the show and
yeah,
like talk about your product, because I'm a big fan of the idea. I haven't tried anything yet, so I mean, this doing a
yeah,
live tasting in front of
it's okay. And
the owner himself.
be honest. I always tell people just let me know. Anytime I do these pop-ups, I tell people, hey, like, just be truthful. If you don't like it, you hate it, or you think maybe something needs to change, or this or that, you know what I mean? Because my market, I'm not just trying to get to like craft beer, like uh, you know, drinkers or anything like that. Like, I want to
Mhm.
appeal to everybody, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
if the kids go to a brewery with you, you know what I mean? You can give them a popsicle. That's yeah, it has hops in it, but I mean,
It's
at
just
least they're
hops.
cool eating ice cream. They think it's I mean, it is a strawberry like popsicle, and the kids really love the strawberry one. Ooh, the strawberry popsicles were like flying. That was like my biggest seller. Like kids just go crazy over it.
At the brewery I work at, there's a small little ice cream cart essentially,
Mhm.
and and the person who does that, he doesn't do any hops. He does like he straight up like makes like chunks of peanut butter sandwiches, freezes them, and then puts them in the ice cream itself. He
Oh,
does, yeah. So I mean, some of them are okay. The cookies and cream one I am not a fan of, but
really?
oh yeah, no,
Yeah, one of my go-to flavors sometimes. Yeah.
I just can't do it. I just can't do it. But I'm gonna go ahead here and I'm gonna try the original hopped up lemonade. And I was gonna do some in the beer that you so graciously sent me from Highland Park Brewing, which is one of my favorite breweries. That if I'm lucky to get 3 beers from them all year, it's a good year. But this is their New View Hoppy Lager. So
Yeah, they're like the at least in SoCal and LA, they're like the king of like I guess they're calling them like California Pilsners now. That's like their niche. Like they're like hands down the best in LA for like hoppy lagers or even lagers in general. Uh, around that style. If you want to go more like Euro style, there's another brewery out there too that's uh, known mainly for that. But yeah, Highland Park is they just kill it, man. And their beer is so readily available. That's what I love about them too. It's not like monkish where it's like you getting them?
yeah, this smells delicious.
Yeah. That's why I did the whole dry hopping. And I forgot to mention I do dry hopping for like I don't know if I mentioned 48 hours.
Mm-hmm.
I let it steep for like 2 days in the fridge. So what I'll do is like I'll bring like my lemonade mixture up to temp, so about 170.
Mm-hmm.
Strain off what I need to do, and then while it's still kind of warm, temperature's probably drop to maybe like 100 or so by the time it's been strained and everything, and that's when I'll throw in my leaf hops. So it still has that warmth to kind of bring out the oils and the aromatics.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I was gonna say too, and sometimes you'll notice like if they sat for a while, you'll see like a little little layer of like oils, like a slick
Mm-hmm.
in the actual hop cones. Yeah.
This is delicious, and this is just me trying it on its own without putting it in with a beer.
Yeah,
This is it's refreshing.
yeah.
For one, and what you said earlier about having the acidity of the lemonade, which is what I'm getting up front, and then that bitterness is coming in on the back end for me.
Hmm.
And it's a nice like evenness of flavors, and it's
And
not
it's
too overwhelming.
yeah, and it's not
Like,
too sweet too, because I've always
yeah,
had lemonades where they're just like sugar bombs.
yeah, like any of the lemonades that you get from like a soda machine or something like that.
Yeah, yeah,
Anything Minute Maid makes, yeah.
yeah. I was about to say. Yeah, and everything is handmade. I squeeze these lemons by hand. Everything.
I would this would be perfect after mowing the lawn in a 90-degree day when
That's what I'm
it's like,
saying. When it gets hot out here, like, oh man, they're perfect.
my God. Cheers to you. This is delicious.
Thank you, thank you.
And
Like I
it's
said, like I always have people try them too, and they're always very, very like hesitant to like try
Mhm.
anything I have, just because people aren't too familiar with hops. But I mean, once they try them, like especially I had one guy here when I do pop-ups, like he's a big IPA drinker. The first time I had him try it, he like, oh my god, like he smelled it and he's like, oh, this is so dank, it's so good. He's like, I love that little bit of that pop of bitterness, and I'm like, yeah, man. And then he said he had his family try it. They're not really beer drinkers, and he was honest with me. He was like, hey, yeah. He's like, I love your lemonade. Like, if you had more, I'll buy it. He's like, but my family, like, they just hate it. And I'm like, I mean, that's good to know, man. Like, that's what I'm here for. Like, tell me, the average person. I know you like to drink craft beers, but tell me what the average, the other person's palate,
right.
what they're kind of looking for. So
Yeah, because that's how you can reach the best of both markets. So,
exactly, yeah.
but when I was thinking about it and just looking at it when I first smelled it, I thought it was going to be more of a palate wrecker. But that hoppiness is very nice. It's that little bit of like when you're drinking kind of like a pale ale and the hops are there, but it's not like the main focus point of like an IPA. It's like, hey, we're here, but enjoy the rest of it as well, type thing. And that's what I really like about that.
Yeah, I was going for that nice balance. Like you said, I don't want it to be like a straight up bitter hot bomb, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Where it's not even like drinkable.
Now this is the regular lemonade with the hoppy lager from Highland Park. This
I would say too, and Highland Park does their Timbo pills, which they're like known for.
mm-hmm.
I'll try and send them to you, man. That's like my favorite hoppy pilsner, like Timbo pills is like,
I appreciate that. We make a pilsner at the brewery I work at, and we're not we only do crowlers. We got 10 minutes left apparently. But this is very delicious. It's almost turned it into like a nice lemony shandy.
Yeah.
But no, that paired excellent together. Thank you for sending that one for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I'll just move on. since Zoom is making us run out of time here.
I was about to say I've never seen that before, and I've taught classes too, like through Zoom. And
Yeah.
I've never had like a time limit. Yeah, it's all good.
This is the strawberry hop lemonade. I'm not getting the hop presence as much as I got on that one, but that's totally fine.
Yeah. The berries too, that extra acidity from the berries, it might have killed that hop aroma a little bit more.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking on that, because I definitely taste them in it. I'm just not getting it on the nose, and the flavorings and whatnot probably take that over.
Yeah, because I know when I first started doing the lemonades for the original, I used to put like fresh sliced lemons in the
Mhm.
actual bottle, and I noticed that like within like a couple of hours, I would go to smell the lemonades, and that aroma was just gone. Like the fresh acidity from the lemons, fresh lemons, just
Mhm.
totally changed the composition of the whole drink. So I was like, okay, it looks nice, but I want these to taste better than just look nice. So I had to eliminate the lemon slices from it.
And I am going to be mixing that with the Camp Shandy Shore lemon from Toppling Goliath, and I'm
I
hoping.
haven't had that one.
I think it's the first time I've seen it out this year. I'll say that. So, but they.
I rarely see toppling. The only toppling I've seen over here is like the pseudo. I haven't really seen their others.
Some people have been lucky enough out here, well, maybe more in the Midwest, and they've been finding some of their stouts in cans now.
Oh, I wish I can get some of their stouts over here.
If I'm able to track any down, I will be more than glad to send some your way. But I would love to get. I think the one that they have now is like their s'more stout that's out there. Their turmoil, I think is what it's called. But so this is the first time I've had the Camp Shandy, and I'm hoping. I'm actually a fan of the Wendy's the fresh squeeze strawberry lemonade, and I'm hoping that this is what this is going to be.
Oh yeah.
Maybe I shouldn't have used this beer. Because I put about half the container in there. Let me put a little bit more.
How was the beer by itself? Did you try it by it?
I haven't. Let me, that's a good point. Let me try it by itself. Okay. Nope. You can taste the strawberry in there. After tasting that and then trying with this.
Yeah.
It's oh man. It's got that tart lemon bite to it in that beer. And I'm just like, I think it's taken away from the strawberry.
Hopefully the strawberry lemonade kind of mellows that bite out with the sweetness and everything.
It definitely mellows out that biteness. And I'm not getting the hop characteristics coming through, because I think the Toppling Goliath beer is overwhelming.
More than likely, yeah.
Because I put like the whole container in here.
Just gonna have to chug it now, Lucas.
Oh, I won't be doing that. Well, we just finished another episode, so I've already had 5 beers so far. So gotta wait.
Pace them out.
No, but that sweetness definitely cuts down from that lemon acidity from the Shandy. It's my fault. It's my fault. I've never had this Toppling Goliath beer before, but it was the first Shandy I came across that wasn't Leinenkugel's.
Yeah, I know. That's all we have out here.
I can't stand Leinenkugel's. I really can't. And I could go on a tirade about how this would be good with Curious Traveler lemon shandy, but thanks a lot, Sam Adams, for shutting them down and making Truly where they are now. So that's why I don't have my Curious Traveler anymore.
Gotcha.
But no, these lemonades were absolutely delicious. I'm glad that we were able to make this episode happen. and I think I'm gonna have to plan some trips out to LA so I can just fill up one of my suitcases with one of these.
Get that extra, pay for the extra luggage.
Yeah. Excuse me.
Yeah.
But no, these lemonades were absolutely delicious, and I really appreciate you sending them out to me for sure.
Anytime, man. If I can, I'll see if I can, experiment a little with shipping the pops. See how I can get those out. No, I know. It'll be more of a tester for me.
Oh, okay.
I mean, that's how I want to see it. That's how I see it as. Like when I shipped you guys these lemonades, I wanted to see how they could hold up as well, because one was going to you, one was to Texas, one was to Missouri. So I mean, trying to get that how far they can go.
No, but these, I think they held up well. Absolutely. Out of these two, I think the original is definitely going to be my favorite.
Yeah, same. That's my original favorite one too. People tend to like the strawberry one a little better.
Mm-hmm.
I will say when the strawberry one is a little more fresh, you'll get a little more of that dank aroma from the hops. But and it just kind of pairs well because I use Mosaic. That Mosaic for me just pairs like beautifully with like strawberry. Like it's crazy.
I think the original one is the best because you get the acidity from the lemonade and then the contrast with the hops. And I think seeing that contrast, I don't know, for me, and that's one is, I enjoy my flavored lemonades. I'll say that.
Yeah.
During the summer, I tend to drink just lemonades, and it's, it's not good for all the sugar that's in them, but.
Yeah, exactly.
When I go to the county fair, those lemon shake-ups,
heck yeah,
I get about 3 of those. So,
all right.
Was there anything else you wanted to add real quick before we wrap up here, before Zoom kicks us off?
I mean, I should be good. If you want, whoever's here, just give me a follow on Instagram as well too.
And
Pops, yeah. Well as you can catch me on TikTok as well, under Hot Pops. But just check out my page. I have a little more content on Instagram than I do TikTok.
Mm-hmm.
So TikTok's, Instagram's got more of like the actual information and like what kind of pops I have. So if anyone does listen to this and they are local or anything like that, or just let me know. Like even with lemonades, I can always ship some out. I don't have it brewed all the time, but I try and brew, if I get enough interest.
All right, sounds good. Well, I hope we're able to get some generate some news and some business for you, Bobby. I appreciate you coming on, and thank you so much, everybody. This is end of another episode of the Pine Pals Podcast.